G'day, and welcome to episode 79 of the Guy Who Sews podcast. My name is Sean, and this is my weekly podcast where I share my quilting adventures. Come see what I've been up to and what I've been able to achieve this week, and any other fun and exciting news I may have. I'd like to welcome both new and returning viewers to the podcast, but if you are new, I would love it if you take just a few moments to say hi in the comments so we all know we have a new friend. Let's go ahead and get started with our works in progress. I had another wonderful week of getting stuff done. I got quite a bit of stuff done in my sewing room, and I want to get straight into it and show you what I got up to. So the first thing is the City Avenues quilt, and this is one of the 16 patch blocks that I've made up. It's made out of 2.5-inch squares that I've collected over the years as I've made drawstring project bags, and it's fun to be able to put them into a project that turns into a beautiful quilt. And then I also made progress. I made this row on top. You've seen the bottom part before, but this is the next row, and this is going to go in between each of the rows of the 16 patches. And it's just all random solids and prints, and I think it turned out pretty nicely so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing progress on this. And it's nice to have a scrappy project where you don't really have to think about it. You just pull colors and prints and stick them together, and it's going to turn into a beautiful quilt. The other thing I worked on this week was the Wizard of Oz quilt, and I had a lot of fun. I cut out all the fabric for the Wicked Witch of the West, and this one's going to turn out really nice. There's about 125 pieces in here altogether, and some of them have already fallen out. Oh joy. And I got a little bit of progress done on that block, and when I mean a little, I mean a little. Let's take a look. Oh, she's upside down. She must be Australian. So there we go. So this is what I did. I love the green sheen for her cheeks. She has the black eyes and the green face. And then I decided to use the Kona pepper as the for her hair rather than the black. I thought it'd be just a nice little change between these two colors. What do you guys think? And so that's what I have so far for my works in progress, but I have a lot more to come in the episode, so don't run away. So let's now move on to our week in review, and if you're new to the channel, this is just a series of videos to take during the week, mostly me sewing, but I also include some of the doggos because everyone loves them, so I hope you enjoy. Last week I asked everybody what their favorite brand of thread was, and I loved hearing all the different answers. Some of them I'm familiar with, like the Aurifil, Gutermann, that sort of thing there, but there were some brands that you guys mentioned, like the connecting threads and so forth, that I had never heard of, but I'm very interested in giving a try. So thank you so much for all those wonderful answers. And so now let's move on to this week's question. I know most of you enjoy quilting, or at least have an interest in quilting, which I would imagine since you're watching a quilting channel, but a lot of us have other interests outside of quilting, and I'd like to know, what are your other hobbies or crafts that you do? Do you knit, crochet, do you garden, do you diamond paint, that sort of thing there? I would love to hear in the comments what your other crafts and hobbies are. And so now it is time to talk about my goals, and I've been very productive the last few weeks, and I'm hoping that trend continues. So I'd love to get the Wicked Witch block finished, which I showed you a little earlier, and then get some more progress done on the City Avenues. This one's such a fun, easy project. I think I can get that one done along with the Wicked Witch as well. And then I'd love to be able to cut out some more fabric, maybe for the Toto block and the Wing the Monkey, which is the final two blocks in the Wizard of Oz. I can't believe we're very, very close to the end. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it all comes together. and try and get it done, at least a quilt top, before September 1st, which is when the Alice in Wonderland sew along starts. Let me know what your goals are for this week. So in the last week I had one video come out and 2 lives. On Wednesday I released Clue 4 of the Puzzle Mystery Quilt time lapse, and that was a lot of fun. I sped up the footage of the whole clue going together into about 4 minutes, so that way you can go see how it comes together without having to spend a whole hour or so to watch it, which I think is a lot of fun. And then on Saturday morning with Brekkie with the Guy Who Sews, I had my good friend Stephen Bland from Bland Designs and the Idiot Quilter join me. He hung out with me for an hour and a half. We sat there and talked about some of his favourite Canadian quilts, which he showed us as part of a trunk show, and then about his travels to Quilt Canada, and just a lot of fun other stuff. You know, when we get together, we just start talking and have a good time. Definitely check that video out. And then last night, I thought it'd be a good idea to have an evening live, because my friends on the Mountain Time Zone and Pacific Time Zone in particular don't always get to enjoy being part of the live audience. So I thought it'd be fun to have an evening live. I invited Katy from Living Greenland, who's a lovely lady who lives in Greenland. She came on, told us a little bit about her story, her channel, what she does, and that sort of thing there. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out as well. I think you'll enjoy all those videos. So upcoming videos, a lot of this is to be confirmed. I would like to do a live on Tuesday, probably sometime mid-morning, so that way, you know, we got the day off, why not enjoy it together and do some sewing together. This Saturday morning, I need to confirm with my guest just to make sure that that hasn't changed. And then I'm also like to put out a couple other videos, but I want to make sure they get out before, that they're all finalized before I post them. So yeah, just keep an eye out on the channel, hit that notification bell if you haven't already done so, so that way when the videos do go out, you'll be the first one to know. And so now it is time for Happy Mail, and I always enjoy getting quilty goodness in my mailbox, rather than those bills and the advertisements that you don't really want. And so one of my viewers reached out to me, Tamika Morris, and she told me she was an author for this wonderful quilting journal, and she wanted to send me a copy for me to review, take a look at, and give me my opinion on it. And then she also said I would love to give a second copy to one of my viewers as part of a giveaway. So what we're going to do with this, and I'm going to do a full review video on this later on and fill it out, but basically it's about 100 pages on this, so you can store information on a lot of quilts. I'm going to release a full review video of this about midweek. Definitely check that out, because that's where I'm going to do the giveaway. So if you want to get your hands on one of these books, which I highly recommend to any quilter that wants to journal and keep track of their quilts, definitely check that video out, because you might have a chance to get your hands on one of these for yourself. And now it is one of my favorite parts of the episode, which is the completed block. And I showed you earlier today this wonderful block, and you may have thought this was the only thing I did for the Wizard of Oz, but it's not. Last week I showed you part of Glinda, the face, but I actually went ahead and finished the entire block, and she came out so beautifully. I love the sheen gold at the top with the sheen pink jewels. Her cheeks are also sheen, and then her entire dress is just the sheen rose. It's such a beautiful thing. And then her hair looks beautiful. I just think this turned out to be a really, really beautiful block. And just gives you a little closer look at it one more time. You can see the sheen on it really nicely now. And we'll just bring it back. So that's it. That is block 6. So we really only had the 3 to go: the Wicked Witch, the little Toto, who should be fairly easy to assemble, and the Winged Monkey, which may prove to be a little bit of a challenge, but we'll definitely overcome it. So I'm really excited to see how this all comes together fairly soon. I'd like to thank you all for watching today. It's been great having you here with us. If you did enjoy it, definitely hit that like button, tell a friend, and I always love hearing comments from my viewers. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If you're in Canada, I hope you had a great Canada Day, and if you're in the United States, I hope you enjoy your July 4th week holiday on Tuesday. Until next time, happy sewing, and we'll see you then. Bye.